Hi, you guys. Welcome to your reading. I am a divination practitioner and spiritual life coach. If you do not know who I am, now that we're very well acquainted, if you enjoy my content, don't forget to leave me a like or a comment. Don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel, depending on where you're watching this from, whether it's Instagram, YouTube, or TikTok. Make sure you guys check out my other platforms if you are a supporter of mine. All right, it's great to see you guys. Even if you're new, always great to meet. It's always great to meet new people. Now, without further ado, let's get straight into the reading. We got the Judgment. A decision has been made. I feel like you guys are coming into awakening. You're realizing what your calling is. Some of you guys have a calling in music, a calling with animals, a calling within the whole world itself, with major issues that go around today, like racism and prejudiceness. This is the energy. This is the energy. Okay, you're dealing with people who feel like they have ownership over you. But that's because they were misled themselves. They were in some type of cult where they had a leader who owned them or who were over them, who were telling them all this crazy stuff, okay, about you guys, like, or black people or whomever is going through racism and prejudiceness. It's like this stems from people who hate on your greatness, who hate on the way your mind is. And a lot of these people are misogynists. They hate that you're a woman. They hate that you have a period every month. Like, it just doesn't make sense. So I feel like some of you guys are being encouraged to transmute this energy, to bring peace and balance to a situation, as well as using your intellect and your feminine energy to handle situations accordingly. Because people are always going to have something to say about you. People are always going to disagree with you. But to really put this energy to an end once and for all, you have to transmute the energy. You can't be trying to fight fire with fire, okay? That's why they say kill them with kindness, because that's most definitely going to kill them off in any other low vibrational energy tied to them, because that negative energy cannot be fed. You're not feeding it. Therefore, it's just going to die off unless these people purposely remain in that energy. I'm not saying when you start being positive that they're just going to shift energy like that, but depending on who you are and your intentions and your power, the impossible is possible for sure. But these people are in cults, or they were in cults. Even if this is unconsciously known, that's just the energy of what cults are, okay? These people are being brainwashed, okay, misled, and they're being mistaught, miseducated as well. They think that based on skin or based on gender or based on whatever the case may be, that you should be judged, you should be disliked, you should be shunned, you should be killed. Like, it's like the disrespect doesn't end, it gets worse. And I feel like that's because people are just being misled, misguided. People are spreading false lies and turning them into, making them seem like they're truths. That's because people feel entitled. They've been in a certain amount of power for a minute and they feel entitled. They feel entitled to your energy. They feel entitled because of how the past was, when slavery was a thing, how they had ownership over human beings. Like, this could be somebody that's rich in finances, or they could be rich by association, or these individuals could be like middle class. All right, you or these individuals could be handicapped, like you can't drive, okay, paralysis, dementia, schizophrenic, psychosis, lupus, cancer, herpes, HPV, or hepatitis, and amnesia can also be significant. And when it comes to amnesia, that could be literal or it can be metaphorically. Like, these people always tend to have amnesia when it comes to things that was said, that was done, especially when you give them proof, information, especially from BCs ago, which is before Christ. Okay, it says, I lie to myself and others. That's what I'm saying. You got people who are portraying leadership roles, but they're abusing their power. That's why cults are a thing. Okay, maybe there are a such thing as positive cults, because I remember when I didn't know anything about voodoo, and I assumed based off of just how you grow up and everything like that, you think things are evil, you think it's dark magic or whatever the case may be, until you come into that energy and you realize, oh, this is not even evil. This is not even, this and that. So we got people that's lying to themselves and others. Okay, it's a scandal. It's a huge scandal. And this is setting the world up for failure, or it's like these people want the world to end. 444 is significant, or maybe they want other people's world to end. Yep. So I feel like you guys are being encouraged to detach emotionally, like to not be so emotionally attached to things, because this is how you're gonna get your feelings hurt every time. You gotta remember that these people are just hating on you. Okay, because player hater, you gotta know that they're just hating on you and they're hating on your intellect. But like I said, when it comes to this situation, you could be a Libra, or the energy of Libra is being encouraged, like of justice, of balance, bringing peace to the situation, or cooperation rather than the opposite. So yeah, when it comes to this situation, just use your brain. You got people hating on your brain. You got people hating on your good energy. How instead of fighting, you rather make peace. Like, it doesn't make sense. But of course, it makes sense when they're not of this energy. They're of the opposite energy. So, and everybody has light and dark, but you gotta heal. You got to heal. You can know that this message for you is if you're on your period right now, or this could be just the energy that your period may be coming up, or that it could be significant. But like I said, you guys are experiencing an awakening. So you may come into the energy to where you're doing certain things that you probably wouldn't have seen yourself doing, but it's like you got this calling now, or you're being called. And I feel like you're going to make this decision to make the world a better place, even when it comes to things like this, because racism and prejudiceness is still here. Even within your own your own ethnic group. You got black people hating black people. You know, we already got too many of the other skin colors just hating on them. We don't need no more. But that's what I'm saying. Just transmute the energy, okay? If we all come together, we can be even more powerful, okay? But I feel like your positive impact in the world is going to be very much needed. You came into this awakening for a reason. So don't feel like, is this really for me? Am I really supposed to be doing this? Because a lot of times we get discouraged. Anytime you're doing something of good for the world, servicing others, don't ever feel like, am I meant to do this? Is this something that I should? Because a lot of times, like, say if you're a content creator and you only get like 7 views on a video that's talking about racism, but on the other videos you get like 10,000. Don't feel like that's a sign to not do something, because obviously you're doing something that's great, okay? You can live in your purpose in any kind of way, okay? But yeah, when it comes to any more messages for the collective regarding this situation, yeah, confirm the 10 of Wands. And it's like some of these people that are keeping up this energy, they're tired. Like some of these people just be tired of carrying on the work of others, like this hatred for society, or for blacks, or whatever the case may be. Yeah, and this can even be your energy. Like some of you guys are really just fed up, really tired. It's like you're always doing something, always picking up other people's burdens, and always, but I feel like that's because you have dreams. So it's like, I don't know if you realize this energy, but your spiritual team does. You be getting tired. But I feel like that's because you just have dreams, you have goals, you have hope. And it's like, I don't know, some of y'all need to give yourself credit, because you literally you be playing your part for sure. You be doing stuff that may not pertain to you or your personal journey, but I feel like when it comes to stuff like this, you like, oh nah, this is associating with me, okay? I need to speak on this, period. And it's funny because I am seeing the energy of racism and prejudiceness being talked about a little bit more, because I even seen a reader the other day mention it. And I was like, hold on now, are we getting into the energy of, everybody coming together within the things that are going on in the world? Like, finally, something big is happening. Something big is happening. I told you when that judgment energy came out, because that's the major arcana. That's a huge event happening within your life. And the judgment is tied to making a decision, making a judgment, coming into an awakening, coming into realizations. Yeah. Because I feel like you have to become sad. You have to get at your lowest. You have to really be affected by certain things in life, so you can come into this reality check. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like, yeah, this is the path that you're heading down. You're slaying dragons. You're bringing justice into the world, and you're inspiring others. You're a creator. You're birthing new things in the world. Oh my gosh, you're gonna birth something really huge. I'm seeing the Ace of Cups here as well, and the Four of Swords. Wow. Something is happening. So keep on doing the damn thing, but don't create burdens for yourself. All right.